Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today we are on campus. It's a Thursday. Yesterday I didn't feel very well, and today I still don't feel 100% myself. So it's very likely that I'm going to turn around and go home like soon, like after my first lecture essentially. I've got a group meeting today with the group coursework stuff, which I'm going to try and hang around for, but I mean, like, if I don't start to feel better soon, then I'll probably go back. I was hoping that being able to take, like, driving, I got up this morning, kind of felt alright, feeling a bit tired, but, like, otherwise I was okay. And then as I started to get ready and stuff, I started to feel, like, quite queasy again. And then I was like, right, look, what you need to do is you just need to, like, take your mind off it rather than dwelling on it, because then you just start to feel more ill, don't you? So I thought I'd head on out, drive on over to campus, that'd take my mind off it and I'd be fine, but I don't think it's worked. So, yeah. Otherwise though, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on today? I say we have one lecture at 9 o'clock and potentially a group coursework meeting later. Just the car's letting me go and now I've got a vlog in front of it. Otherwise, the main focus for today is the main focus of every day so far this week, and that's my dissertation. Happy birthday. I've got to, well, I'm going to be sending a copy of my dissertation. It smells like onions there, that's horrible, that is. A copy of my dissertation is being sent to my supervisor for him to proof check, and I've got a couple of questions to ask him based on like some things I've been thinking about. So I'm going to be emailing that to him tonight, which means I'm going to be pushing today in order to try and get as much of it done as possible. I mean, like, in the implementation process, I've just got to talk about the last 3 projects, one of which is kind of the core project for the entire the entire thing. I've got to do the test runner service, the mutation service, and the process analysis service. But beyond that, I then have to do testing, which isn't too difficult. It should be quite short and sweet testing, and then conclusions and results and stuff. So I'm on the home stretch. It's going to be close. It's going to be hard work getting it done for today, especially if I'm not feeling myself 100%. But it's life. That's what you got to do. So I'm going to head to the library now and I'm going to work on it. I've got a lecture at 9. I mean, I could go and just sit in the lecture theatre, I think, and then I don't have to move. Should I do that instead? I'm going to the library? Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I don't have to move from the library to the lecture theatre later on. So I'm going to go straight to the lecture theatre, sit and do some work on that, have a lecture, figure out how I feel, and then get to basically carry on with it all day, either in the library or in the lab or at home. But it's got to be done, so that's life, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know when this evening is when the cut-off is. I imagine like midnight. I imagine that's fair game. It's quite a I think he reads it on his phone, so as long as I can email it to him, it'll be fine. Once this is done, the deadline's next week. Once the document's finished, I wanted to get it finished for tomorrow. Well, I wanted to get it finished by the end of tomorrow, and I'm on track for that. I just need it to be a day earlier. Once that's done, it means I can focus on group coursework stuff. It means I've got to reread the document, make sure it all makes sense, make sure there's no errors, make sure I've expanded on all the things I need to expand on. And then, because next week is the last week of term, then we've got a week of revision week. The group coursework is due at the end of that week, and then I've got an exam on the Monday after, and then an exam on the Wednesday after that. Not the next Wednesday, the Wednesday after that one. So it's kind of go, but then I'm finished. So on the home stretch. So we've been discussing like body clock stuff, because I've been going to bed at midnight recently, and I'm waking up quite tired, and I used to be fine at doing that, and I think it's because I don't do it often. Like, since Laura's moved in and stuff, we have like lions. I go to bed at like 10ish now, well not 10, 11 or whatever, and I feel like because I'm with Laura that I'm not able to push myself into a routine of getting up and only doing 6 hours sleep. For better or worse, I guess. But is, it might be something I attempt to revise moving forward, is with respect to like after uni. There's a couple of things I want to, after my exams, I'm gonna like buckle down on and organise. Like I'm gonna go through my emails and maybe close an email account. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. I'm gonna sort out my calendars because I've got no organised calendar system. Well, I do, but it's a mess because I've got like 5 Google accounts. Yeah, so I've got a bit of organisation I want to do. But that's after exams. It's by the by for now. Otherwise, like Laura and I have both been quite. I was quite queasy and ill yesterday, and like last night, Laura started feeling quite queasy and ill. So it must be something with eating. That's so strange. It's not sleep related. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm heading back to the car already. It's like 10 o'clock and I'm going. I feel like quite queasy and empty. You know, like hungry empty, but like really fucking hungry. I feel like a bit of a headache coming on and I feel like a bit sick. So I'm making the decision to head home now before, because if it like gets worse, I might not feel comfortable driving, so that's my decision. I'm going to message the group when I get back home because I still want them to meet up, even though I'm not going to be there. If I tell them I'm not going, then they'll be like, oh, we're not bothered. I'm home, ladies and gentlemen. There's actually quite a lot of traffic on the way back, considering what time it is. I thought I'd cruise back. But well, it took me about 45 minutes. Takes me about 40. Well, yeah, no, it's probably as good as it ever gets. Only one episode of Serial, not like I normally like have to queue up a couple of other short ones to get me all the way home. But that's by the by, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm back. I've got water on tap. I'm going to try a cup of tea, although a cup of tea fixes everything. But Laura suggested not to try tea. But we'll try things. And I've got some biscuits to try and fill myself up without eating lunch early. I don't eat lunch too early. So I'm going to carry on with my dissertation. I'm going to ping the group and say like, I'm going to wait until it's close enough to the meeting for them not to back out. And I'm going to say like, I'm available over the internet. Here's my thoughts on the thing that I was thinking about. Enjoy. Meanwhile, on my other monitor, working on my dissertation. Afternoon is progressing. I've actually got a lot to talk about in the testing bit. It's probably one of the most complicated parts that I had to do. So I'm writing loads and loads about it. I've got like 4 pages on it, on its own. Christ, I'm like, that's a lot actually. The news, like, I don't know how I feel at the moment. Like, I feel ill. I don't feel as ill as I did on campus. I think a lot of how ill I felt on campus is a case of being paranoid of getting stranded on campus if I just like fucking pass out or something and then can't drive back, and like not being comfortable at home. But then also I'm like you know when you just kind of slump. I don't know. It's a real drag trying to do what I'm trying to do, like all this work, while I'm a bit ill. Because I don't feel like I'm running on like 100% energy. I almost feel like I'm running on like 40% like battery power. I'm on like that last bit of your phone when it goes into energy saving mode, and I'm still trying to churn out stuff, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, we are heading off to bed now. It's the evening. Not much work's been done this evening. It's just been a bad evening basically for me to do work in. I've sent off my dissertation as is. By the end of tomorrow, hopefully we'll finish everything that we need to finish. But yeah, otherwise we watched a bit of Breaking Bad, got Graham out, and yeah, that's about it really. Tomorrow we've got a day here, which is good. Hopefully I'll be fully mended and ready to rock and roll. But otherwise I'm going to bed on time. Not early, but on time, in order to try and sleep off anything that's left, which is good. Anyway, not really much to add at this point. I'll catch you later.